Welcome to KNN. KNN is brought to you by Bob Knakal, Chairman of New York Investment Sales at JLL.
Hi, I'm John Hageman, Managing Director at JLL. Welcome to KNN. Today I'm here with Bob Knakal, Chairman of New York Investment Sales. And today we're going to talk about the resilience in New York City and our commitment to it. So Bob, we go back a year, there was probably a divided camp. Some that thought, the city was going to change forever, more to the downside. And then those that said, never bet against New York. I think we both say that the latter camp is proven to be correct. What are your thoughts about what we've seen over this time since then?
Yeah, well, I would say also, Hags, I don't know that it was necessarily so evenly divided. I think most people were relatively pessimistic about the future of the city and that this time it was different, et cetera, et cetera. And there were some staunch supporters who said, hey, never bet against New York. As it turns out, I think those folks were right. It's really been remarkable and amazing how the city has bounced back. You look particularly in the multifamily sector or the residential sector of the market. We see more than 3/4 of today's free market rents are above where they were pre-COVID. Folks are coming back to the city, which it's really amazing to think that physical occupancy in office buildings is only about 30% today, but yet we still have such great traction in the residential space. It's hard to find an apartment to rent today, upward pressure on rents, and I don't think anybody would have predicted that as we sit here in the fourth quarter of 2021 that we would be seeing free market apartment rents that were higher than they were pre-COVID.
Bob, it's great to hear that there's been such traction, particularly in the residential space and everything else going on. We've talked about this a lot with other folks. The last few years we've had a lot of clients going out of town, looking elsewhere. I think that increase even, was significantly more during the pandemic. But let's talk about what we decided in our approach. A lot of folks were going out of town. We decided to kind of double down, triple down, if you will, even on New York. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, Hags, I think that's it was an interesting approach that we took. Clearly we were not overly confident about what was going to be happening. There was a lot of uncertainty throughout the pandemic, particularly in the early stages. Go home for 2 weeks and then come back and everything will be fine, and that turned into many, many, many months. But I think we saw a number of our competitors follow our clients out of town. Folks are doing business all over the country today. And clearly we see that there's been an outflow of capital from New York into primarily states with 3% or less state income taxes. Those are the states that seem to be growing population-wise, and their economies are growing. But rightly or wrongly, we said, you know what, we're New Yorkers, we believe in New York, we believe New York is the greatest city in the world. We're going to stay here, we're going to stay focused on New York and put ourselves in a position to take advantage of the market if and when it comes back. And so, the number of things that we've done to beef up our tools to help serve our clients better, in terms of looking at the land market historically, looking at the multifamily market historically, beefing up our research, creating tools like our user database, which is now a cutting edge within that sector of the market. All the things that we've done were based on the hope and the confidence that the city would come back. Fortunately, that is happening. And now I think one of the reasons why, if you look at how we're performing and JLL is performing relative to the market, our market share is increasing. And I think it's all because of this commitment that we made to the city, commitment to working here, not going out of town as so many others did. And it's putting us in a position to really help our clients even more than ever, because we're now understanding a market that is very, very opaque. It's hard to figure out where the market's going sometimes or what's going to happen in the different product sectors. But because of the research that we've done and the preparation that we've done throughout the pandemic, we're in even a better position to help our clients achieve their objectives.
Bob, one of the things you mentioned was the amount of research that we do, and maybe just talk about why we think that's such an important thing for our business.
Hags, doing research and understanding the market is important because history always repeats itself. It always repeats itself in a slightly different way, but it's so important to understand where the market is going in terms of trend lines, whether it's performing above trend, below trend. It helps you project where the market is headed. And you've known there's so many times over the past 20 years that we've been working together where we've seen a shift in the market, where we've identified that shift before some others may have. And that put us in a position to help our clients take advantage of that. So understanding how the market has performed in the past, what the historical averages have been, how many years a particular metric may be above trend or below trend, helps us see when we may be coming out of that. Right now we're in a situation where the volume of sales, if the volume of sales this year does come in below where we were last year, that will be the 6th year in a row that we've had below trend volume of sales and declining volume of sales. That's never happened before in the past 38 years that we've been studying this market. So a number of things like that we look at provide insight into how we advise clients moving forward in terms of what the expectations are. And again, no one has a crystal ball, no one can predict exactly what's going to happen, but our business is a probability-based business. What is the probability rents are going to go up? What is the probability that the volume of sales is going to go up? What is the probability that certain things are going to happen in the market? And so by having good insight into what has happened in the past and really understanding what is happening currently puts us in a position to advise our clients better. And all of these tools that we've created over the past year and a half are really helping us now, and we see it in assignments that we're getting where clients have said to us, hey, you guys have a very different perspective on things. We like the way you're thinking about this and what you're seeing. And it's not just based on an opinion. It's not saying, well, we believe this or we think this. Say, look, this is what's happened in the market. These are the facts. And these are the facts about what's happening now. Based on these facts, we think this. So it gives a little bit more tangibility to the positions that we're taking and the advice we're giving to clients. And I'm really happy that we didn't go to Florida or Texas or Tennessee and try to do deals out there, that we stuck to the city that we love so much, that we believe in so strongly. And it's so great to see that the city is coming back in the way that we hoped that it would.